When I was in my last years of high school, I began a very complicated stage in my life. I felt things that I could not explain, and they were new to me. Years later, I understand that at that time I suffered from a very strong depression. I still talk with my best friend from my previous school. She taught me many things, from anime to video games, and the truth is that I would not have survived high school without her. She used to be on the internet a lot and started telling me about a game that I would probably be interested in. That game was Yume. My friend knew me perfectly well and knew that I would be interested in Yume. She started to tell me a little bit about what the game was about. It was about a girl named Madotsuki, who was a lucid dreamer and had to explore her dreams to collect effects in order to finish the game. She told me all this without giving away spoilers about the ending or the theory, since she wanted me to play it so we could talk about it. I really didn't feel like doing anything at that time. My laptop was barely working and I didn't know much about downloading games, but she helped me with that. I already had Yume on my laptop. Now the real challenge was to play it. Even though I was interested, my depression didn't let me do anything but sleep or stay in bed. But one day, during a crisis, I started to lose my sense of existence. I felt despair and needed some way to escape from what was happening to me. So I decided to finally start the game. I've always loved pixel games, and when I saw the interface of the game, I loved it. When I saw Madotsuki, I thought she was very cute and she didn't want to leave her room just like me. Honestly, it took me a while to understand what to do because I had no idea there was a guide, and it didn't occur to me to look up how to play the game. So I basically played Yume with no clue. As the days went by, I explored the worlds and found effects after returning from school. For some reason, I feel accompanied. I didn't feel like I was simply playing a game, but that I was exploring the mind of Madotsuki. I became very fond of her and wondered what things must have happened for her to see these visions on her dreams. I felt empathy and I didn't want her to suffer. Finishing the game took me a long time. You have no idea how much time I spent exploring hell without knowing how to get out, or the specific things I have to do to get certain effects. But I think I'm partly glad to have lived the full and exciting experience of not knowing what was going to happen. I'd also had moments where I laughed a lot, especially when I saw Madotsuki's appearance change with certain effects, like the poop effect, frog effect, or traffic light effect. It was absolutely cute to me. I talked with my best friend about how I was progressing in the game, and we were hype about it. Until that day came. I had finally collected 24 effects. I discovered that I could leave them on the ground, so they were all there in the form of eggs. That was very funny to me. I knew that after this, the game will end, so I observed the details of each effect already in their egg form, and I found it fascinating. After that, I didn't know where to go or what to do in order to finish the game, honestly. And I thought about looking up on Google, but then I decided not to because I didn't want to spoil me in the worst way. So I took one last look around my room and then the terrace. Then it happened. After climbing the stairs and without being able to control Madotsuki, she jumped. And the game ended, as many of us know if we are familiar with the game. I was in shock. I didn't know what to say. I just started crying because I couldn't believe the game actually ended that way. It was simply the worst thing that could have happened. I just want to say none of this is an exaggeration. I always wanted to talk about what Yume means to me. Yume impacted me so much that after finishing the game, I watched all the videos on YouTube about it. There were a few at that time since all of this happened in 2015, and it feels like the game only became much more well known in recent years. I tried to find theories and explanation, but I understood that nothing was known about the game's creator, Kikiyama, so we will never really know what the game truly means. This is very important. I found a song by one of my favorite Vocaloid producers, and this song had a fan-made video with Yume. The lyrics and the song are beautiful, and I will leave it here. I highly recommend this song. So time passed, I play Yume Nikki again, but this time I pay more attention to details and connections based on the theories I had read, and also to explore much more. 2 years ago, I started to play, let's call it yume to differentiate them. Yume is one of the most well-known Yume Nikki fan games. It doesn't have as much backstory, but it has many more words and effects to find. It truly is a beautiful tribute to the original game and is very fun to play. Currently, I usually play it online with my girlfriend since I told her everything about Yume Nikki and she decided to play it. Then I showed her Yume and now we play it together online. Well, this video is very meaningful to me because, as I said before, Yume Nikki is something important in my life. It's not just a game, it made me feel understood since Madotsuki was as lonely as I was at that moment. It was and is an inspiration for me. It's a special game that I tend to recommend to some people because it might convey something to them just as it did to me. And I'm very grateful to my friend for showing me this game in the worst moment, but at the same time, I think it was the perfect moment. If you don't know this game, I highly recommend it to you. It is a different experience for each person, and I'm sure it will give you many things to think about. So thank you so much if you watched this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want. Thank you so much again. Love you.